What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Yes, it's a little different, huh? I don't know if you haven't been to one of these streams. This is the vertical stream. This is so I can meet my goal of my rubies, my gifts. Got a couple quick updates. I guess you could think of it like one of those little real quick lives. Not sure if everybody had an opportunity or a chance to look at the video that I did for days 3 to 5. Hey film. But we are on day 6, which is today, and I just wanted to kind of give a recap versus to trying to do a video since I need to get some of these in. Um, in regards to tomorrow, we will have our Ellis trial. We will be starting promptly at about two. We'll start about 5:30. I do know that opening statements have been put up on Court TV. They're about maybe about 30 minutes, and that's probably why we didn't see the opening statements for Bionca Ellis come through there. But it does look like they live streaming. Yay! So we do have a case in the courtroom that we're going to be in tomorrow. So they are starting. I've seen the court records. They are starting at 8:30 in the morning tomorrow morning. So just to kind of give an update, because I did go look at the documents today. She was in court. Um, they actually were able to pick a jury. They have 12 jurors. I don't know their dynamics on the jury. There are 4 alternates that are also on this trial. So they got about 16 in there. They did have opening statements, and the court did recess, and they'll be back in at 8:30 on tomorrow. So we good there. So we do have our case that we're going to go into tomorrow. So as you can see on the background of my screen, we have here Sarah Hartsfield's children. Now, the prosecution team didn't call all of them up to the stand, y'all. And I do me every last one of them up to the stand. Beautiful, beautiful girls, son. I mean, this has to be a lot going on in one courtroom. And her own kids coming in there against her. Like, that's a lot. So just so we're aware, the first one that took so the first person that actually took the stand was the 23rd witness in this case. The state has went through 22 witnesses already. And remember, they were supposed to go through like 80 witnesses in this case, guys. I can't make this up at all. But the first person that got on the stand today, we'll get into it, was Joseph Hartsfield's aunt. Um, her name is Nancy. She took the stand describing her nephew, as a being a good kid. He was full of pranks, just kind of like his background. She also testified that initially she liked Sarah, right? She seemed very sweet, but then she noticed things started to change. Sarah and Joseph did not appear to have a good relationship. And just keep in mind, they were only married 11 months. She testified in regards to a time when they visited for Thanksgiving, um, her and Joseph. She also testified that she would notice that Sarah will often message her about Joseph's health, like complaining about his blood sugar being high and that he didn't eat well and he didn't take care of himself pretty good. Prosecutors showed those text messages that Nancy sent, and messages Nancy said that she never even responded to. The last time that Nancy states that she spoke to Joseph was December the 28th, 2022, when he called her. Sounded very frustrated in regards to his relationship with Sarah and aggravated. Nancy said that she learned on January 7th, 2023, that Joseph had been rushed to the hospital after her sister had contacted her. So this was Nancy. This is just to kind of recap. This is Joseph's aunt that got on the stand. She was the first person that got on the stand and testified. Then next, after Nancy was excused, we had Angela. She is the current wife of Sarah Hartsfield. Oh, I'm like, what does that keep opening? Sorry, guys. Sarah Hartsfield's first ex-husband. So, Angela, we got to keep all these people together. That is Sarah Hartsfield's first ex-husband's current wife. So, if you looked at the video that I did to recap for days 3 to 5, it had her husband on the stand, which is Titus. Now, if you remember, Titus had testified again about the incident where um, that happened that years ago, where Sarah and her first husband were going through a divorce. Angela said that her husband they were babysitting at a friend's house in a trailer, watching a movie and things like that, and then all of a sudden they started smelling gasoline. She went outside, they seen gasoline splashed all over the trailer, but there was no fire at the time. Sarah Hartsfield was running up the street, right? Trying to get away. So they did call the police and things like that. She was not charged in this incident. Angela said that she first told the information about that night to Chambers County District Attorney's Office in September when being contacted about the current unaliving with Joseph. Um, so it's continuing this pattern of all these things that of destruction that are in the way of Sarah. Like, yeah, she has to be the most unluckiest person in the world, or something to that effect, for things like this to be happening. Now, after she was excused from the stand, Joseph's cousin, Sandra, she got up on the stand. And Sandra, she works for actually the Texas Department of Criminal Justice. And she just kind of testified that Monday she had first met with Sarah during Thanksgiving, with his family. Um, she's saying that she heard from her daughter when she called in a panic, asking her to drive Helen and Janine to the hospital, where they both panicked because Joseph was there, and that's when his blood sugars were really extremely high. So Sarah accused Joseph's family of hating her and different things like that, saying they were gunning for her and like they just had it out for her. But they were just trying to make it understood that that was definitely not the case. Okay. She insisted that while they were in the hospital, that there was no talk about any type of divorce or anything. And if you recall that Sarah and Joseph's sister, they kind of got into it at the hospital, remember? So they got into it at the hospital. So the family dynamics with them at the hospital with Sarah are not all that great. So the 26th witness that they have on there was Joseph's friend. Um, just character information, but the most important information that I want to get into, we after lunch they resumed, right? They came back, and Sarah's third husband, Christopher, right? Christopher is the one that stated Eric that she was trying to get his wife unalive. Now, this is Sarah's third ex-husband. I tell you, she can definitely get him to marry her. I don't know. She getting them to marry her. She getting them to go after other people's wives and unalive them. Like, if anybody got it, she got a spell over these men in some type of way. She is doing some special things in order to make these men fall at her feet. And I do say fall at her feet. He said that she is very intelligent when he got on the stand. She was an analyst, a truck driver, a trainer, and a pharmacy technician while she was in the military. He said their relationship was good and it was bad, adding that he couldn't talk to his family without it causing problems between them. So it seemed like she was very possessive over him. He said that when Sarah got engaged to David. Now, David, as you are, if you're not aware, David is the one that she he unfortunately he was unalived in a what was ruled as self-defense, but has now been reopened since this new incident in Texas to be looked at. So now he said after him and Sarah were divorced and they were no longer together, that's when Sarah got engaged to David. Now, David is the one that she never got to marry. He just was the fiance, but he is the first one that was unalived in all of these incidents. Chris said that he was serving in Korea when Bragg had passed away, and he flew home for his daughter's birthday, and that's when he got the call. Sarah told him that she shot Brad during an argument, claiming self-defense. Now, Chris said after Bragg's death that Sarah wanted to rekindle their relationship. So Sarah wanted to get back with her ex-husband, Mr. Donahue. And then later he learned that she was dating somebody named George, who eventually reached out to him about a plot to unalive Chris' new wife. So this is why Sarah got enlisted her ex-husband to unalive her ex-husband's wife, because after her self-defense issue with Mr. Bragg, she wanted to get back with her old boo thing, and he was already remarried. And so she was like, I gotta get him out the way. I know. It's all twisted up. So he said that his daughter Ashley told him, Mom's trying to have Heather unalive. So the daughter was even aware that her mom was trying to unalive her stepmom. Chris said he contacted his lawyer and the FBI, leading to the investigation. And in the video that I uploaded today, you can actually see the surveillance of where I don't know why George thought that he was going to get away with this, but you can see the doorbell where he rings the doorbell and he's actually going to try to attempt to unalive Mr. Donahue's wife. So Chris said that he also learned more information about the David Braggs shooting from one of his daughters who he called, and they told him, about the Minnesota detectives. And as I stated before, they have reopened this investigation. He also talked to Sarah about the relationship with her brother, Cody Smith. Remember, he's in the testimony. He's saying that he believes that Sarah burned down his grandmother's home. The grandmother left the home to Cody. Sarah was upset because she didn't get the home or the land, so she burnt all the stuff down, allegedly. Now, mind you, she wasn't charged with these things. These are just things that people are thinking. Now, he finished up his statement, his testimony today, just saying that he didn't know how or where insulin was administered to Joseph. So he didn't know anyway, how this was administered to him. So next that we have on a stand, after Christopher was dismissed, they called their 28th witness, which is Sarah's daughter, which is Ashley Donahue. Her dad, Chris, just got off the stand. Ashley testified that her relationship with her mother was very up and down, and she said that she hadn't spoken to her mom since Joseph's unaliving, but they didn't have much of a relationship anyways. Ashley described her mother's relationship with Joseph as moving very quickly, right? Remember, they got married within 11 months. So, I mean, they were married for 11 months before all this happened. She said that her mom will always complain about the marriage. And she also told her that she wasn't leaving, because leaving wasn't really the option because they had too much debt. She had too much debt, or they had too much debt together. So there's that dynamic. Ashley said she spent Christmas of 2022 with her mom and Joseph, and this was just weeks prior to his unaliving. And she describes the atmosphere around there was very tense. Her mom had just recently went through a surgery, but spent all day cooking and getting ready for Christmas dinner. So when Joseph didn't react the way she wanted, like very appreciative for it, she got very upset, right? And it's so funny because Ashley said she stated that I guess because Joseph didn't react the way Sarah wanted him to react, she got angry and took all his gifts back. Now you talk about you supposed to be giving from the heart. She said she ain't giving from the heart. She taking all her gifts back, and that she was done with him. Like you better appreciate. Now I didn't have surgery, and now I'm cooking your Christmas dinner, and you're not appreciative of it. All right, I got you, boo. I'm about to take all your stuff back. So prosecutors just kind of showed the text messages from Sarah on January 7th, where Joseph was hospitalized, and this was around noon that day when this happened. Sarah sent a text video showing that he was snoring. I don't know what that's about. It almost, I tell you, if this doesn't scream Natalie Cochran on it, remember when she took that picture of her husband and sent it to her sister at work, and her sister got the picture and was like, well, what do you want me to do? It is just like a mess. So they showed the text messages that she had, and a few hours later, she messaged her daughter just saying that, Joseph was in critical condition and he was in a diabetic coma. Um, jurors also were able to hear from voicemails that allegedly she left Ashley after Joseph's unaliving. I want to say death, his passing, because it's just he passed away, right? Sarah also told her to decline to comment on any contacted if she was contacted by any Chambers County investigators, mentioning she had offered any type of insulin or anything pens to the detectives, and insisted that she wasn't, working with them. Hey, ADAK Media, how are you? So we have that there. So that was a really good thing to actually see. And then we have so Ashley was dismissed from the stand, and then the state called its 29th witness, which is Hannah Donahue, Sarah's other daughter. And as you can see here, I got them all up here on the screen, which is nice to give us a visual. Now, Hannah's only 21 years old. She stated that she stopped seeing her mom in April of 2021 and described their relationship up and down. Now, remember, she had custody of none of her, she didn't have custody of none of her children. Right. Absolutely. Definitely email me. Or you tell me how to email you. I don't know. I'm an email girl. Hey, yeah, I am definitely an email girl. Everything else, if we get DMs and into Facebook or any Twitter messages, I might get lost out here on these streets on you. I may not know how to get it. to be 100% honest. So she identified that stuff, and she was just kind of like saying how unstable and everything their relationship was. She then also explained that with David George, Sarah's then husband, that her mother wanted him to unalive her stepmother. So now this is another daughter that's getting on the stand saying, hey, my mom wanted to unalive my stepmom because she wanted to get back with my dad after she claimed self-defense on her husband. Right? It's just like a total mess. I know. Walk with me slow. Remember, we have five husbands. Two of them have been unalive. We got two fires. 'Cause she allegedly they believe she done started two fires. And we got murder for unalive for hire. So you tell me. Now, Hannah also she also testified that she witnessed that the day David Brad, the ex-boyfriend that was shot, right? That she quote unquote self-defense. Yes, it is insane. Said that her mother told her that David Bragg, of course, he attacked her, right? And that they had to return back to the house. So it looked like Sarah was like coaching her kids to say stuff, and also to lie on her behalf. And that's just basically what Hannah did. She got up on the stand and just kind of like explained what lies her mom told her to say. Now, I don't, I mean, they just marched up here. Like, okay, just marched up here. So it looks like by Donahue, which is husband number, I'm gonna do a map out. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you. Um, I'm trying to see. Donahue, I have to look at my notes because I got like a little chart so I can kind of figure all this stuff out when I'm doing my little recaps for y'all on my little videos. But Donahue is her third husband, just so y'all aware. So her third husband, it looks like we're down to the third child that has the same last name. Um, and that's Emma Donahue. So we know they got three kids together. So far, so good, right? So they said when Emma got on the stand, she avoided eye contact with her mom in all shape, way, forms, and fashion. She said that she hasn't seen her mom since April of 2021, and she was very nervous to get up there on the stand. Emma said she didn't know Joseph, but was aware about the unaliving murder to hire on David. She recalled hearing her mom tell George that he couldn't come home unless he took care of it. Wow. She told George, hey, you can't come home until you unalive my ex-husband's wife so she can go back and be with her ex-husband, their dad. So the three so far of the girls that have came in, we got the testimony from Ashley, right? Emma, and then Hannah. So we got all three of their statements, and basically all three of them are testifying to the fact that their mom wanted to unalive their stepmom. That is a lot. That is a lot. I mean, really. Okay, so maybe she had four kids by him because here we go. The fourth person, Ryan Donahue. Okay, so all four kids was by the same baby daddy. Okay. I can rock out with that. It doesn't look like she was around here just having kids with everybody. So he also appeared to avoid eye contact. He don't really want to look at his mom. He is the one that I did see on the interview in 2021 where it appeared that he couldn't wait. He couldn't understand why it took so long for her to be arrested, right? For some other things that they feel that she is responsible for in the past. Um, he said that he wasn't sure about how he really felt about being there. Um, Understanding that their relationship, the dynamics of him being in now. He did say he recalled when his mom had a surgery and overhearing an argument between his mom and Joseph, over some puppy being left in the kennel or something like that. So Ryan just kind of described Joseph as being very quiet, nothing more, nothing less. So um, other than that, they did have tons, and I do mean tons, 1,000 text messages from my understanding, and combined with jail calls that were introduced into evidence today. They had captain, the 33rd witness that got on the stand was the captain of Chambers County, the jail division. That's Todd Harris, and that's how they got all of those records in the authentic. He came in to authenticate that. So there's that for that part. And other than that, that kind of takes care of the main things that we need for today. I'll probably do more of a recap video, just for everybody that wasn't able to see tonight's well, I'll put it on there, but I'll use this as part of it so I don't have to do all the editing and stuff, right? That is a good way to do things, because me sitting up here trying to edit videos without Sweet Pea being on them, mm, it'll take us forever to get any information. And that's what I can tell you for sure. Yeah, so other than that, I think we're good there. We have our trial. I gave you your recap for today, which is a lot. Like, they are going through these witnesses like that. Like, they not playing around with these witnesses. That's what I can definitely tell you. Like, they up and down here.
This afternoon, and she talked about messages that she received from her mom during the time that Sarah Hartsfield claimed to be asleep and on narcotics while her husband's glucose level dropped dangerously low. We also heard a voicemail that Sarah left her daughter, instructing her not to give any statement to Chambers County amid the ongoing law enforcement investigation. Sarah's daughter, Hannah, testified about the Minnesota shooting of Sarah's ex. She told cops that Sarah went in with one gun but came running to the car to get another gun, then went inside and ended up killing David Bragg. She said her mom wanted her to change her story to police and tell them she only went inside that house for clothes. Hannah also talked about a murder plot which she learned about from one of Sarah's other ex-husbands, which targeted her dad's new wife. She said her mom, Sarah, would not let that ex back in the house until he took care of what Sarah wanted done. The kids saying sometimes their mother would not let them talk to each other or their father. Now, prosecutors began this trial with an opening statement that Sarah Hartsfield cannot help but explain.
Oh, there we have it. Yeah, she was telling the kids not to even talk to each other. So remember, this is not like in court, gavel to gavel, unfortunately. So they will do closing arguments. They are going to stream that. And we also will have the verdict. But so this is Sarah. This is some of her messages. Let's see what they say. It says, Sarah, as if losing my husband hasn't been tragic enough, I am a disabled combat veteran of 20 years in the Army. I'm not a monster or anything else the media has portrayed me as. I mean, she really has some bad luck, guys. You're talking about 5 men. I'm telling you, like, it's hard enough for a woman to find one man to marry them. She got 5 of them. She got that juice, y'all. And I do mean that juice. That's the only thing that I could think of. She gotta have that juice. That juice to do some things. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, I'm not gonna hold y'all too much longer. I think we did good with our recap. We do have a busy early day, I should say, for tomorrow, if that makes sense, because we are going to be going into our trial with Miss Ellis, right? I have confirmed that trial is going to take place, and we're going to be right up in that courtroom so we can get every little detail. We got a special guest that's going to be coming up for us tomorrow and helping us out. I know. That's what I say. ADAK, like, I was like, she got 5 of them. It does fit. Like, it's so wrong. I feel like she got that juice. She got that juice, and not even just that, ADK. She's so good. She was able to convince one boyfriend or husband, one ex-husband, to go unalive the other ex-husband's wife in a murder plot so she can be able to get back with her third ex-husband. Wow. It is just truly a wild story. Like, and I'm like, if the jury, at first I was feeling some kind of way. And I was like, well, maybe we should give her the benefit of the doubt, right? Because I didn't want them to convict her on something that she was not guilty for. Because maybe he just passed away from natural causes, right? But I'm like, they let all this 404B evidence come in, regardless of what we think. I don't see how the jury cannot convict her. They let too much of her past come in. And none of this stuff, guys, remember, none of this stuff she has been convicted on. So there's that for that. Yeah, but we'll see. I don't think she's gonna be out of this. So the prosecution team, from my understanding, they should be wrapping up their case no later than Wednesday. So we should be going into the defense case, and we'll find out some more information. Don't forget to have your notification bell on and subscribe and share. We will be up early, 5:30 my time. So that's going to be 8:30 East Coast time. And y'all figure out all the rest. Y'all know how we do that. Y'all figure it out. I can give you two time zones: 8:30 East Coast and 5:30 my time. So we'll be up and at them early. We'll still have some TiVo time because we are going to do our opening statements. They are on a 30-minute delay as far as the feed. So I know court starts at 8:30. So if there's a 30-minute delay, then I'm assuming that court TV will not start theirs to 9. Okay, you said it's 8 a.m. Is that SCT CTS Central Standard Time? Okay. It's so hard to keep up with all these time zones. And I tell you, if I get somebody in here like Marilda that's in South Africa, I'd be really like messed up. Or my only fan is we're in Singapore. Yeah. Yeah, it gets all confusing. So I'll give y'all two time zones. And if you're in the middle, put yourself in the middle. Or if you're a day ahead, like some people are, be a dead head. Just put your notification bell on, right? That's a good way. So we have our special guest, Dr. Rachel B. Dr. Rachel B will be in the house tomorrow, and we'll have a lunchtime discussion with her to kind of help us walk through this case tomorrow. So that's all I got for you guys this evening. Should be a fun week. And y'all know we just kind of go as we go. And as it go, we go. And we figure it out. All right. Well, I'm not going to hold you. I appreciate everybody coming and hanging out. Thank you so much, ADK. Yes, email me. I don't know what. Okay, how do I email you? Where do I get your email? It's on your website, right? I'll email you. I think I've seen it. You can't put it in the thing, can you? Yeah, you probably can't drop it in the thing because he probably gonna let you do it this YouTube thing. I'll go on there and I'll find it. If not, if you don't see anything from me tonight, look in the morning. But if not, then that means that I couldn't find it. That means that I probably couldn't find it. But I'm looking. Don't have me out there looking. Don't have me looking too long. Just know I just got lost out there. That's all. But I would definitely go on there tonight and try to grab it and write it down. I wish they would let you copy and paste it. Like mine's don't. I don't know if yours do it, but I can't copy and paste anybody's email out of YouTube when I'm trying to do them. I don't know why it has it like that. Like if you gonna have a link in there, at least let it be a link that I can click on and copy and paste it. Unless I just don't know what I'm doing and I be doing it on my phone. But I will figure it out, and that way we can connect. We can Discord. Good. Yeah, you want to show me how to do it? I'm so like, I got an account. Now what to do on there, I have no clue. I'm gonna have my therapist show me how to do it. I'm gonna tell. Is that it? Do I look up your name, 80K, on there? Um, I asked therapist to give me a tutorial class for me and some of the chatters, because there's a lot of the chatters that don't know anything about this Discord stuff. And I got on there and I'm so lost on there. I'm gonna figure it out. You're gonna give me another reason besides seeking justice to be on there. Because other than that, I'm not really on there. What you say? Accept, move on, don't violate, follow instructions. If not, go to the help section. All right. Well, I just heard it's just kind of like anything else. You got to get used to actually using it. And I guess my problem is that I haven't found the time to actually invest in trying to figure it out. And that's half my problem is that I just haven't found the time to like like I need to go to the stuff that I know how to do, figure it and do it and get it done, because other than that, I'm not gonna be able to get nothing done. But cool, cool, cool. Well, you know that you were all in the right place today. Hey, where you been at, mother of Papillons? Long time no see. Well, thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope all is well your way. Uh, we just heading out. I hope you can hang with us tomorrow. You keep losing me. Don't lose me. Don't lose me. I know. Today I found some things about YouTube. They be putting some of my people in detention that shouldn't be in detention. I don't know what's going on. I got people that's being in detention and people that's in timeout, people that they hiding the channel from. So I'm glad that you were able to find me. Make sure you put your notification bell on. And then that way you can take it to trial and be in the trial. Right? We're covering a very good case tomorrow. Should be very, very interesting. That's what I can say. I almost thought they were not gonna live stream it, but they are. So that's all I can ask for. All right, guys. Well, I am gonna let you guys go. We got an early start tomorrow morning. Make sure you get your rest. Thank you for hanging out with me. And we will touch base tomorrow, guys. Okay. And remember, no filters, no fluff, just facts. So you can be the judge. All right, guys. See you in the morning. Peace.